This is a joint work with Daniel Cohen from Louisiana State University. Okay, so first let me recall the first definition. X will be a path-connected C-W complex, and TC of X, the topological complexity of X, as introduced by Farber, is a Lie integer n such that the product X cross X can be covered by n+1 open sets on each of which the fibration, this path fibration admits a continuous local section. So this is a path fibration which takes a path to its endpoints. And this is closely related to the Lustanich-Schnirelmann category, which is the least integer n, such that the space can be covered by n+1 open sets, which are constructible in X. Okay? So, in other words, I am here considering the normalized version of this invariant as in other talks. And then category of a sphere is 1, while the topological complexity of a sphere is 1 when the dimension is odd and 2 when the dimension is even. Okay, so as we have seen in other talks, there is some relation between topological complexity and category, and this permits to have some estimates on the topological complexity. So first, topological complexity lies between category of X and 2 times the category of X. The category of X is bounded above by the dimension, so finally TC of X is less than or equal to 2 times the dimension of X. And then we also have a very useful lower bound, which is the so-called zero divisor cup length of the cohomology of X, here with coefficient in a field K. So this is can be described as the length of the longest non-trivial product in the kernel of the cup product. And also, in other words, this is the nilpotency index of the kernel of the cup product, and which can be also be described as the nilpotency index of the kernel of the morphism induced by the diagonal map in cohomology. Okay, since this is equivalent to the cup product over a field. Okay, and so this permits to do a lot of computation, and as Alexander recalled yesterday, for instance, for the value of the topological complexity has been known for the orientable surfaces since the introduction of TC by Farber, so in the very first work by Farber, and the result is that this is 2 when the genus is less than or equal to 1, and 4 when the genus is greater than 1. And surprisingly, things have been more complicated for the non-orientable surfaces. Okay, so what can we say? If we take coefficient with z mod 2, then it is easy to compute that the zero divisor cup length will be 3. So, and the dimension of surface is 2, then we have that the TC is 3 or 4. And well, okay. For RP2, the answer has been known also since the very first work here by the work of Farber, Tabachnikov, Józwiński, and this has been through the relationship between the topological complexity of RPN and the dimension immersion. Okay, so and the answer is 3. And as we have seen yesterday in the talk by Alexander Vanishnikov, we have had a large part of the answer in 2015. So for genus greater than or equal to 4 TC of the non-orientable surfaces of genus G is 4. And then recently we give the answer for the remaining cases. First for the Klein bottle, this is also 4, so this is this work with Dan Cohen. And okay, as we have seen, as Alexander explained yesterday, from this result we can deduce we can recover the result for the genus greater than or equal to 4. But actually, as we will see in the end of the talk, we can also get the result for genus 3. So actually, for genus greater than or equal to 2, the topological complexity is 4. And so yesterday, Alexander explained that the topological complexity can be characterized by certain fiber-wise joint vibration, with a fiber-wise joint of the path vibration, and that for this question, actually, the obstruction theory and work by Schwarz says that the obstruction for TC to be less than or equal to 3 is completely given by a primary obstruction, which is the 4 power of the primary obstruction for the path vibration. Okay, so we can, so we have a complete characterization of that, and our approach has been to compute that algebraically. And to use actually a description of the primary obstruction for the path vibration due to Armin Da Costa and Michael Farber, and in terms of zero divisor with local coefficient with twisted coefficient. So let me recall a bit about that. So we will work with a cohomology with twisted coefficients. So a system of coefficient on a space X is given by an abelian group which is equipped with an action of the fundamental group of the space pi. And this action can be extended linearly to the integral group ring of the group, Z pi, so in the head, A is a module over the group ring, okay? And cohomology, the cohomology of X with coefficients in A can be described as the homology of Cauchy complex of X with coefficient in A, so they are a function of on the chain complex of X with coefficient in A, with a differential we take into account the action of the group, okay? Or equivalently, we can look at that as a equivariant cohomology. So here we consider the universal cover of X, and the chain of this universal cover as the action of the fundamental group. So this is a Z pi module, and we look at the morphism from the chain complex of the universal cover to A, where we look at Z as concentrated in degree 0, with the usual differential of on complex. Okay, and if this is an alternative way to think of this cohomology. So now we want to have to say what is a zero divisor with twisted coefficients. So this will be in the cohomology of the products X cos X. So I will consider a system of coefficients on X cos X, and this induced by the diagonal map a system of coefficients in X. Okay. So, and we say that a class V is a zero divisor if its restriction to by the diagonal is zero. Okay, so this is to be in the kernel of the morphism induced by the diagonal in this context. So, and Faber proves that if the product of n zero divisors with some coefficients is non-zero, then Tc of x is greater than or equal to n. So this gives a lower bound for Tc. And here, when we take the cup product, so we obtain coefficient in the tensor product of the coefficients, which is given with the diagonal action of the group. Okay, so now the system of coefficients we will consider will be the augmentation ideal of the group pi, so which is here pi is a fundamental group of the space we are considering. So this is the kernel of the augmentation which sends the element of the group to A and then extended linearly. So in other words, I of pi, the augmentation ideal, is the sum of ni ai, where ni are integer ai elements of the group, such that the sum of ni is 0, or alternatively, this is the abelian group, free abelian group generated by the differences a minus 1, when a is the element of the group. And so I of pi, as well as z pi, are equipped with an action of pi cross pi, of the product pi cross pi. So they are z pi cross pi module. The action is given by this formula. So for E and B, this act on such a sum like that, where here B bar denotes the inverse of B. Okay? So, okay, sorry. Okay, and then I said Costa and Faber identify the primary obstruction for the path vibration, and this can be described as the cohomology class. So in x cross x with coefficient in I of pi, which is given by this cross homomorphism. So this is the function from pi cross pi to I of pi, which take AB to AB bar, A inverse of B minus 1. This is a crossed homomorphism, which means that this is not a homomorphism of group, but satisfies this relation. And this has the effect that the cochain, which will be defined by this function, will be a cocycle, and then give a cohomology class. So, and we can check that F restricted to the diagonal gives 0, FAA is 0, which means that the restriction of this class by the diagonal, by the morphism induced by the diagonal, is 0. In other words, this is our class is a zero divisor with coefficient in I of pi. Okay, and this is the obstruction.
What is B dash?
The inverse of B. Inverse of B. Okay, I'm a bit lost with. Okay, so then we have this result by Costa and Faber for a CW complex X of dimension n. We will have that Tc of X is maximal, equal to 2n, if and only if the 2n power of this class we have seen does not vanish. So this is a class which lives in the cohomology of degree 2n with coefficient in the tensor 2n-fold tensor product of I of pi. Okay, and they did some computation in some cases, in particular for small, when the fundamental group is small for Z mod 2, Z mod 3, and in particular they obtain that if pi is Z mod 2, then the 2n powers of the obstruction is necessarily 0, so that Tc of x is less than or equal to 2n minus 1, which in particular recovers the result that Tc of Rp2 is 3. Okay? And for the other cases, we have this equivalence, this characterization of Tc in terms of this obstruction. And as Alexander also mentioned yesterday, we can use Poincaré duality, considering here the twisted fundamental class of the non-orientable surfaces. So we will have, we will have a coefficient in the orientation module. So this is Z with an action of the fundamental group, which is not trivial. And then we get that Tc of Ng is 4 if and only if the cap product of the cohomology class with the fundamental class is not 0. Okay? So, in other words, if we evaluate the obstruction on the fundamental class and we find non-zero, so Tc is different, is 4. Okay. And now, when we look at the genus greater than or equal to 2, the non-orientable surfaces are aspherical spaces, K pi 1, where pi is a fundamental group. And this means that we can think of cohomology and homology. We are looking at as a cohomology and homology of groups, okay? And we can use the tools of cohomology of groups to work at the chain-cochain levels, in particular to, so you can use resolution, the bar resolution in particular. And so this was our strategy to compute an explicit cocycle representing the obstruction and an explicit cycle representing a non-trivial homology class, and to evaluate and to see that this is not trivial. Okay? So we first work with a cycle representing the twisted fundamental class, but finally, it has been sufficient to take for the homology class coefficient in Z2. Okay, so I will continue here with coefficient in Z2. Okay, so let me recall a bit about the bar resolution, since this will be here important for the sequel. So, okay. So we have seen that if A is a module over pi, over Z pi, the cohomology of a space X with coefficient in A was given by an equivariant cohomology, yes, where here this was a chain of the path of the universal cover, okay? But here, since when we consider a spherical space, the universal cover is contractible. So actually, the chain of the universal cover is just a free resolution of Z as a trivial Z pi module, and we can, for computing the cohomology and homology, we can just substitute it by any other free resolution of Z as a trivial Z pi module, okay? And so this is just, okay, so for instance here, P star, such a resolution, so this is exactly what we have seen before. And for homology, this will be the same. What will we do? We will do the tensor product with the coefficient, and with, so tensor product with the diagonal action of the group and then kill the diagonal action. So this gives a chain complex, and the homology of this set chain complex is exactly the homology of X with coefficient in A. Okay? So and now as a resolution, we can take the bar resolution. The bar resolution, so which is given by this sequence, the end stage of the bar resolution is the free Z pi module with basis given by the element of the n-fold product of pi, so which are written with bar, like that, okay? And we have a differential which will decrease the length of bars, okay, which is given by this formula. Okay, so one disadvantage of the bar resolution is that this is very big, but one advantage is that is functorial. That is functorial, and in particular, we have a functorial diagonal, the Alexander-Whitney diagonal, and this permits to give easily explicit expression of the cup product. Okay, so this is what we did using. So what we need now is to give an expression in this context of the co-cycle corresponding to the Costa-Farber class. So this will be just, okay, so now we will describe a co-cycle representing this class. So here we are working with x cross x, so the group is pi cross pi, okay? So, and the class will be represented by this Z pi cross pi morphism from B1, okay, from B1 pi cross pi to I of pi, and which is just given by exactly the same formula as we have seen before, okay? And this is a co-cycle, which means here that when we do the composition with the differential of the bar construction, this gives 0, okay? Okay, so now using the Alexander-Whitney diagonal, we get an explicit expression of the n powers of this cycle, so representing the n power of the obstruction. For instance, for n equal to 2, we have this expression, okay, on an element of the 2nd stage of the bar resolution. So this gives here, and you can see here that there is, we see the action of the group, okay? Okay, so now we turn to the Klein bottle. So let me use this notation, K for the Klein bottle, G for the fundamental group of the Klein bottle, with the standard presentation of the group. And we need a cycle representing the generator of the Z2 top class of K cross K, okay? So we could just work in the bar resolution to find a good candidate, but another possibility is to use a finite free resolution. Since this group has a cohomological dimension 2, there exists a finite resolution of length 2, which is given by that. So we have one generator in degree 0, two generators in degree 2, F1, F2, and one generator in degree 1, sorry, and one generator in degree 2, so exactly as a minimal cell decomposition of the Klein bottle. And the differential is given by this formula and can be computed from the presentation by the Fox calculus. Okay, so now obviously this omega will be our candidate to construct a cycle. And so we take now coefficient in Z2. So what does it mean? We do the tensor product with Z2 with diagonal action, and we kill the diagonal action. So when you kill, you kill the diagonal action, this means that if you have an action on the left side, this is equivalent to have action on the right side by the inverse of the element, yes? But here, Z2 is just with the trivial action. So I will denote by T a generator of Z2, and we have the trivial action. So this means that actually what we are doing is just killing the action, okay? So, and in practice, here we can just substitute X and Y, the element of the group, by 1. And so we see that this gives 0 here, and this will be 2 times F2, but we are working with Z2 coefficient, so this is 0. So we get a cycle with coefficient in Z2, which is a representative of the Z2 mod class of K. Okay? Here, just to do a small observation, if we work with the module orientation, this will be the same, just that we have a non-trivial action of the group on Z, which is given by this formula, and which gives also a cycle. Okay. Now we need to have a representative of the homology class of the product. So first, what we do is go to the bar resolution, and we can do that using an appropriate chain equivalence from our finite resolution to the bar resolution. And we get this element in the second stage of the bar resolution, which gives the generator of the Z2 top class of K. And now we can use the Eilenberg-Zilber equivalence to have a representative of the top class of K cross K. So this will be just the image of K tensor K, where K is this element here, corresponding to our cycle, okay? And the image of that by the Eilenberg-Zilber map. Okay, now what does the Eilenberg-Zilber map? So if you have an element here in the bar resolution, you will include it in the first component. An element here will be included in the second component. But you will do also all the shuffle of the component. So, for instance, here, if I look at this guy tensor, this one, okay, what I will get by the Eilenberg-Zilber map is these 6 terms, okay, where 1 means that we are in the first component of G cross G, and 2 in the second component, okay? So, okay, so here we had altogether 4 tensor product, so we get 24 terms, okay? And now we have to evaluate our co-cycle, our obstruction on these terms. So the evaluation is just given by this formula, just we apply our cycle, nu 4 on this omega, and then we take coefficient in Z2. Okay. Okay, so what we get is an expression with 24 terms, and we want to see that this is not 0 in the tensor product of I of G, tensor Z, mod the diagonal action of G cross G. Okay, so this was okay, and so we call that since the action on Z2 is trivial, okay, actually this is equivalent if we have here action of GH on an element M of the tensor product, this is equivalent to this one. But the action here in the tensor product is the diagonal one. Okay, so if we have M1 until M4, the action of GH is given by this formula. So this is not so easy to work with. You cannot try to work component-wise. This is okay, quite complicated. And well, actually the hard work started more or less at this point to try to see that this is not zero. And now then I will summarize many long months of computation and trials. So, okay, so one of the first ideas we had to try to have something smaller we could study better was to do some reduction of the group. So for instance, we can project the group G, so this one, the group of the Klein bottle, to this one, adding this relation, y is equal to x4, to x squared. So actually here, this is just Z4, okay? And so this was smaller, and this gave just 6 terms. And we had the hope that these 6 terms was not trivial, but after some computation, they were. So this was not success. Okay, doesn't work. And so there was many other trials trying to compute with linear representation of G, a lot of things. And then there was the idea to project the tensor product to the exterior powers of I of G. Okay, so where the square will vanish. So for instance, you can see that this second term here will vanish because we will have squares. And actually, if we do that, okay, once again, we get 0. But if we maintain one component and just take the third powers, the third exterior powers, we get something which was not 0, which apparently was not 0. And it was possible to go further, to use also the idea to reduce the group in order to have something smaller. And here we reduce to this group, which is, okay, with this relation, so this is an infinite dihedral group. And doing that, we got just these single term, which look to not be 0. Okay, but I have to say that this took still sometimes to see that this was, to be convinced that this was not 0, and we do, but I will not enter in more details now, but we'll do further projection, and finally we arrived in a small set of just 6 elements where it was possible to describe completely the action of G cross G and to be sure that this element is not 0. Okay? So the obstruction is not 0 and TC of the Klein bottle is 4. Okay? And now, okay, as I said, from that we can deduce we can deduce the result for the higher genus. So here, I will here use a general presentation of the fundamental group of the non-orientable surfaces of genus J. So with J generators and with this relation. So let me denote it by pi G. Okay? And we will do a reduction to the Klein-Bottom, say. So we will use this homomorphism from pi of G to pi of J minus 1, which sends generator to generators, and just the last one to 1. Okay? And this gives a map from NG to NG minus 1, and we can check, for instance, using the finite, the finite Fourier resolution, that this map gives an isomorphism in the homology of degree 2 of the surface. So this sends the Z2 top class to the Z2 top class of the other. Okay? So now this morphism here also permit to relate the obstruction for NG, which is given by this, as we have seen before, given by this cocycle, to the obstruction for NG minus 1, which is given by this cocycle. So here just, okay, everything is induced by this morphism. Okay, and now we would like to see that this obstruction is not zero, so we applied it on a cycle representing the Z2 fundamental class, but this Z2 fundamental class goes here in the Z2 fundamental class, and we know that the cocycle in this class is not zero. So this composite is not zero, and this, okay, by induction. So this is not zero, and then by induction we can conclude that the obstruction is not zero for NG for the genus greater than or equal to 2. Okay? So, okay, that's all. Thank you.
Are there any questions?
Or maybe
Yeah.
are there any congratulations?
Thank you.
Yeah, just question and then congratulations.
What other groups are you trying to do this for? Are there any other groups who think you might be able to compute?
Okay, this is just a starting project, but we are starting to study some group of iterated bundles, S1 bundles. So trying to see if we can use and extend our methods.
And more questions? So let us congratulate Lucille again.
Thank you.